from
Yes.
different locations, and asynchronous means from different places, and the
They may
process will
join,
be
yes,
uh,
as per their time and,
yeah,
the space you
like
can say.
emails, blogs, and Telegram, WhatsApp,
Yes.
like. And basis of uses, we are having three types: education, supported, and enabled.
Hmm.
Uh,
And ICT education. Yes.
uh, um, and another three types of learning are
Hmm.
e-learning, um, distance learning, and blended learning, ma'am.
Yes. So
And
sometimes they may ask question regarding this ICT in education, synchronous, asynchronous. Sometimes they ask. It's a very, very wide, you can say unit, but in deep, it's not required too much, going too much into deep. Just overview of this is enough. So we'll start after this thing. So I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know whether it's visible to you. Okay. So everyone can see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My voice is clear, right? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're
yes,
good.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So today we'll start with what is computer. So computer means what? What do you understand by this term computer? Anyone?
A device that helps in a multiple way, like for the uh, synchronization of the data, for getting internet information, for using the Excel, word power, either for any
It's a
document.
okay. Okay, fine. It's a simple, no? Computer comes from the word compute. Compute means to calculate. It's just a process of calculation. It's just a process of, you can say the analysis and synthesis of those instructions given by a person to the computer. How it should function and how much you want the result from the computer or from the device. So as per your need, you give the instructions to the computer and it just compute all those instructions, compile in a some way and produce a result in front of you. So basically, it's a programmable device, you can say. You can program it as per your need, as per your requirement. So that's why there are different sets of instructions and which are programmed or which are given by the different people as the need, as the requirement. So basically, it's a programmable device, and uh, the two principal characteristics of computer are there because characteristics means how it functions like it respond to a specific set of instruction in a well defined manner. If in the instruction if there is a slight error means if there is a space or if there is a extra comma or extra sign, or is there absence of space if it is needed but it's not given in the instructions, you will not get the results. So it should be very specific in a well defined manner. The specific instruction should be given, so then only it can execute the you can say the list of instructions as it is given to them, and through those instructions what output you want to get from the computer. It is a fast device because every human cannot be fast as a machine. So that's why we need a machine, but we can make the machine as per our requirement, right? So that's a set of instructions we call program or a software, you can say. So that's why it is said the computer is electronic device that manipulates information or data which is given to itself. So many instructions, so many things are given to the computer, and it takes whatever is required, and then it make a result out of that. And whatever you want to ask to do to computer, it comes out from those set of instructions, from those you can say a program or a software. So that all information, whatever it is given to the computer, how it calculates or how it manipulates, and then give you a result, all these you can say it's a data. So it has the ability to store, to retrieve, and process those data. Okay, it has a memory, it has input devices, it has output devices, and so many other things are there in a computer. There are various types of circuitry inside the computer. So you may already know that you use in fact computer to type the documents or send mails. You can play games or watch whatever videos or movies or so many things, and browse so many websites. So this is all about computer. Now types of computer. So there are different types of computer technology available these days, and their functionality and data processing. Each computer is somewhat different as the requirement, as the need. So their output results are different because some computers are made for specific purposes, for specific functions. So though the methods, techniques, their size, their capacity to handle the data, to process the data, their memory size, and physical size also, their characteristics and data handling capacity aspects. So each computer may be different as well. So on they are classified. This computer can be classified on two bases: size and data handling. And sometimes they are classified in some books like as their function and their size and the generation. But we'll see the computer generation as a separate topic. We'll not mix it here. So as size, they are of this types: supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini computers, and microcomputers. So these are the the classification based on the size. Four types: micro, mini, main, and
This
supercomputer.
question I asked, ma'am. I
They
remember.
are, yes. So microcomputers are we are very much familiar with. So this type of computer we say as a personal computer, like we use as a desktop computer, who's having large, display panel. And earlier days, they are having a somewhat bigger size at the back side of screen. They are having, CRT monitor. So they are comparatively economical because they are, made in a mass, because everyone needs one person need one computer. So if any organization wants to be ICT based functioning, so they require so many computer systems. So they are basically personal computers, we can say. There one person handle one computer. So PC, which we call personal computers. So they are small as compared to other forms of computers, and they are having central processing unit. memory, storage area, input devices, output devices. We'll see separately uh, each and everything. And it's a general purpose computer, and so it's a the functioning is simple. They some functions are made within the computer itself, and you can operate it using those a set of instructions, and you can program it according to the need of the organization or your personal need, you can say. So such computers made optimum circuitry, you can say, and they are having a circuit board, main circuit board where CPU is there. So that is called the motherboard. So they are, they are fit for personal work, and and all like students are also using the computer, and they make projects or designing or something, whatever they want to do with it. So they, install some of the instructions or software as per their need. So this is basically for your personal use, or you can use in it in office also. And also in the at you are if you are at home or you are having some spare time, you can visit some website or movies or anything. So that is the main function of a microcomputer. Then there are mini computers. The mini computers are micro means size wise they are very small. Mini somewhat larger than micro. Okay, so mini computers are comparatively smaller than mainframe, or you can say they are lies within the mainframe and microcomputers. So they are larger than microcomputers and smaller than the mainframe computers, you can say. So they are digital in nature, multi-user computer, with connections of more than one CPU, because they are designed, for some special purposes, you can say. Like in an institution, they install mini computers, and like for billing, for accounting, like we need in finance sectors, banking sectors, or some educational sector where all the records of database of all the students, teachers, they have to maintain. So there they use mini computers. Then mainframe computers. Now mainframe computers are, they can also process data at a high speed. Uh, Earlier it was like in MPPBS, like millions instructions per second. And nowadays it's in इसमें होते हैं nowadays, in which unit you like name the computer or your mobile phones. Anyone knows?
What, ma'am?
Their functionality, the unit of functionality, na, how much they process
Would I, ma'am?
instruction per second.
Unique Identification Authority, like that, they will use this type of computers, I think so.
Huh. So it's in MPPBS, like million instructions per second, which we call MIPS or MIPS. So they are larger, powerful, and multi-user computers. Multi-user means in a single computer there are so many, or you can say a group of people can operate it. So you can say this is because they are designed for spatial purposes. All right, bulk data they have to like manage. Like for a whole organization, they use they design this mainframe computers. So they are multi-programming, high performance, multi-user computers, which implies like they can manage workload of more than 100 users at a time. So, just imagine how much fast they should be, how much memory they have to be, storage capability. So this is enormous as compared to our micro and mini computers. So the main purpose of such computers, it includes managing, customer statistics and all the sensex, you can say, and other heavy data, you can say, in a single device. So mainframe computers, therefore, they are employed by, some department, like one department, or there are various industries or organization, educational or health, or you can say government sectors or commercial organization, corporates, you know. So those, they need such huge, you can say, mainframe computers there. And also in research field, scientific research centers and companies, so they have such type of computers. Various government departments like telecommunication or railways, or you can say the works department or irrigation department, so they are having all the data of their employees and their work, their schemes, their finance, everything. It's there in their computers. Now, the supercomputer. Supercomputer, you can say it's size-wise, they are huge. Yeah, they are the mostly, they are the, you can say, the largest in the size. You can say they are the biggest. And at the same time, they are the fastest and they are powerful and very, very expensive computer, for processing data. So they are designed to process immense amount of data uh, in a little small fraction of time. So a supercomputer, can treat, for example, trillions of instructions per second, or you can say directions, in a second. So, because it has not a single CPU, it has thousands of interconnected processors. So they are actually specially used in, scientific, or you can say engineering applications such as weather forecasting or quantum mechanics, climate research, or scientific simulations, nuclear energy research. So high level of performance, high level of accuracy is required in those fields. So there, the supercomputers are used, and it's not very easy to, make supercomputers. Like microcomputers, they are made in bulk in any company, but supercomputers, they cannot be made in a bulk because they are very, very, very costly. Like we have, some names are like IBM, Road Burner, and this is also asked sometimes India's first computer. The first computer is actually Param. Okay, and this is made by, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research and uh, automatic calculator. They ask, but nowadays they don't ask such type of, straightforward questions. So, first computer is TI, this TIFRAC, and first supercomputer is Param 8000. Param means parallel machine. Okay, PARA for parallel and M for machine. Parallel machine 8000. And fastest supercomputer is Param Siddhi. And nowadays, I think one or two more supercomputers are there in India. One is Airavat, I think I remember Airavat, which is the largest and fastest supercomputer of India. Just search, and you can add into it that thing. Now, types of computers according to the working principle and data handling abilities. So, working principle means how they process the data, what in what form they'll take input and what form they'll give you the output. So, how the principle based on like which type of signal they are processing, and data handling capacity, how they are handling the data, which is the nature of the signal which is flowing inside the computer. So, based on that data handling capabilities, they are of three types: analog, digital, and hybrid. Again, analog means the same thing. Continuous. Continuous means what? It the signal varies with time, right? At each time, they are having a different value, and that value is taken into account when they process the signal or they process the data. So that's why they are based on analog signal mode. So analog data, they are known as analog computers. And as you know, it's a continuous data. It varies continuously, and it cannot be like you cannot say ki at 1 it's having this value, at 2 it is having this value, so only you are taking these two values, 1 and 2. No, you have to consider the values in between. So it's a continuous form of variation, like it is you can say they are utilized primarily to measure some physical units like voltage, current, pressure at some whether it is atmospheric pressure or pressure in some room or in some unit or an apparatus or in any equipment. So the pressure, it is continuously monitored, whether it is your blood pressure. During in health sector, when they measure, they use the continuous version, how it's varying. All right. And temperature of your body or your you can say room or your environment or of earth. So it's a continuous measurement, it's a continuous process, and then it is converted into digits and it is processed accordingly. So such computers are used, for scientific technology, in the science, in technology, in research, in engineering, and industry as per the requirement. And what are the examples? Sometimes they may ask the examples of analog computer. So speedometer. It's speedometer where you see this speedometer in your day-to-day life, routine life. Some of the things we use, right, in our day-to-day life. Speedometer means the meter which shows the speed. So where you want to monitor the speed? Vehicles, your two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, where whatever you are using. Nowadays, I think the cycle also has this meter, ki how much you are, running the cycles, what is the speed of your maintaining it. Okay, are you hearing me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And mercury thermometer, nowadays we use digital thermometer, but earlier, or you might have seen the mercury thermometer which we used to keep in our mouth or under our armpit. So the mercury level shows the temperature, because this get heated up and then raised to the particular mark, and then we read it. Now digital thermometer, you just put in and it shows directly the reading, not the continuous fashion. It goes up and down. No such movement was there, only the digits were there. And operational amplifier in engineering or in science laboratories we use, and others we also in industries and all, and integrators, and all these are engineering terms. So they are used in such fields. Then digital computer which we are using at present. Our computer is a digital computer which we use as a PC. So it is, outlined to execute calculations, logical operation at high pace. Its speed is also very, very high. It's if you compare analog versus digital, so digital computers are faster because they do not have to, track the continuous values of a signal at each and every like fraction of a second. They don't have to trace so much. They just have simple, combinations of zeros and one, and they assemble it and give you that, uh, the values. So they are based on digits, some important discrete way. So if you are tracking something continuously, it takes some more time as compared to if you are having some values at some time, and then you can figure it out. Okay, yes, this is this was the value. So such computers are, they are faster and proficient in solving problems in discrete format. So it requires the raw data as input in the form of digits. And digits means various digits, but generally binary numbers. Binary means bi means two. So binary numbers means the combinations of 0 and 1. Only two digits are used, okay? 0 and 1. So that's why it is called, it is based on this binary numbers. And they process it with programs stored in its memory, and they produce the result accordingly. Whatever instructions you have given, whatever questions or whatever you want, the computer to do for you. So you give instructions, and they access, through the use of already set of instructions given, stored in the computer, and they produce the result. Now it can implement arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations means the simple mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So they have, a certain flow chart. So they go accordingly. If this, then this. If not, then this. So they do it very, very fast. Subtraction, addition, division, and all sorts of logical and mathematical operations they do. So all modern computers, which we use, laptop, desktop, your phones and your calculators, tablets, watches, digital watches, and accounting machines, and various workstations. They are having their own computer setups, digital clocks. So you can use it at a home, your office, or your personal use. You can have this type of computer. Now, hybrid computers. Hybrid computers are, hybrid, mix of the two. So they are having the features of both analog and digital computer, both. So they are fast and has memory accuracy, which is of digital computers. So it can process both continuous signals and discrete data. So it takes, analog signals and transform them into digital form before processing. And like that, they are like use both the signals, analog signals and discrete signals. So these types of computers, they are used in, specialized application where both signals are, both type of data are processed. Like in petrol pump, you have seen that vendor put uh, the system in your vehicle, and then they start. And the flow is continuous, okay, and it is converted, this flow of fuel which is continuous or analog in form, it is converted into the liters or the money, like that. So that you will it is shown on the screen as numbers. All right. So how much liter petrol is like flowing and what is the cost, so they are in digital form. So that is how it is done. And a processor is applied in petrol pump, you know. And also there are some hybrid computers in your medical or you can say hospitals. Like they are having the display machines which shows the, the heart rate, your oxygen level, your temperature, and whatever monitor system they are having by the side of the bed of a patient. So the process is continuous within your body, right? The heart is beating continuously, and your respiration, your breathing is continuous. So they convert it into some digital numbers, and also the pattern. All these things. They're like this. The left hand side, you'll see. You have seen these graphs. They are continuous, right? They are continuous in the form, and they are converted into digits here. The average of this, it is shown here. So this is the display unit. Okay. Now the generation of computers. Now we are having 5 generation of computers, first to fifth. All right. Now it is divided uh, as per this generation of the computer started and till now. How the the evolution is done, or how the inventions make this machine more faster, and in enhancing its capabilities to handle the data, to process the data. So accordingly they are divided. The first generation computers are from 1946 to 1959. All right. So there may be some questions, or one question you can say on the generation of computer. So they may ask the time limit, or they'll give some name. Okay, this computer belongs to which generation, first, second, or third, or fourth, or fifth. So generally, this year, I don't think they ask, but they may ask. We don't know what is the mood of a examiner, or the question the the professor or the faculty who decides what to be put in this type. So you should remember the time period also: 1946 to 59, 59 to 65, 65 to 71, 71 to 80, and 80 till present. All right, this is the fifth generation, you can say, computers we are in. So let's see what, sometimes they ask which type of devices used in which type of generation of computers. Like for first generation of the computers, uh, earlier it was used vacuum.
Ma'am,
Yes.
now yesterday they are asking about fourth generation computer name, ma'am.
Yes, so we'll see. We have the table. You can have all the things on one, one
Yes,
paper or on one screen. Yes. So first generation computers, they uses vacuum tubes. Earlier also we have, in bulbs we use, there is a vacuum in those bulbs, and they are having the filament inside. So they ignite. So vacuum
Ma'am,
tube,
please go back slide, ma'am. Can you please go to the back slide?
this one.
Yeah, here first generation you have given 1946 to 59. Now
Hmm.
go to the next slide.
Something else written here, 40 to 50. It
1940.
doesn't
So
matter.
which
It's
is correct?
no, just around, you can say 40s to 50s. Just remember this. Don't
Okay.
put much stress in it. Okay, because this is not your main subject. They'll ask some questions which you should know about the type, you should know about the functioning, you should know about the currently which we are using ICT in education, such types of questions. And sometimes they ask the abbreviations, so we'll see those things also. Just remember the first generation 40s to 50s. Enough. So what I was saying, yes. So they use the vacuum tubes. Vacuum means absence of air. So there is a glass tube, a fragile glass tube, which was called vacuum because there was no air inside. So they have to be, the handling of such type, because they are large in size. So they are heavy and large and very careful to handle. And they weren't very reliable, and programming on them was really tedious task, because earlier the programming languages was not that much efficient, so they are called the low level programming languages, and no operating system was there. So those times, vacuum tubes, this is, you should remember which type of devices they use to, make computers, first generation computers, so vacuum tubes. So all the use was like calculation, storing some data, and controlling some equipment, or some phenomena. So they were, because they were using the glass, vacuum tubes made up of a glass. So they are, bulky, large. So they need, full room to, and a lot of electricity. So they are not very cost effective type of computers they were. But they ask, the name of the computers. So IBM, I think this the company made the first computer, IBM 650, 701, ENIAC, UNIVAC. So just remember those names. Now, this is a simple table represents the first generation computers. Programming language was machine language. Main memory was, yeah, they may ask the type of the memory which was used. So we have actually a table of all the generation, but we'll see separately here. Main memory are magnetic tape type and magnetic drums. Now, how they functions, it's not in our course, so don't go into much deep. And input devices are paper tapes and punched cards. And speed and size, large in size, and speed is very, very slow. So this is, vacuum tubes are shown in here. You can see the second generation, where the time will be 1956 to 63. So just remember 50s to 60s, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. Now, second generation, the main device was transistor. All right, transistor, which is the switching device, diode and transistors. So they are, rather than the vacuum tubes, which are very, very large. So these transistors are small in, you can say, size, and they are having, their speed is high, their storage, if they are used in a memory circuitry, their um, capacity of storage is high. So this is a device which is composed of semiconductor material. Semiconductor means in the normal temperature they are not conductor. All right, they are insulators. But if some conditions, some favorable conditions, or flow of current is made them conductor. So they are the invention of this semiconductor, revolutionized this engineering field, you can say, or the computing field. So this semiconductor, through the use of this, there are various, your LED, your so many circuitries which are used in computers and all other sectors also. This semiconductor material is used, and transistors are the most used switching device. So the use of transistor made it possible to perform, powerfully and with a high speed and with a reduced size. And semiconductors are, they are cheaper. Why cheaper as compared to the conductors? Cheaper means they are made of silica. So it is very, very, less in price. So while in vacuum tubes, we use glass. So it is, made specially uh, for these vacuum tubes. So it is difficult to handle as well as large in size. Memory size is also, uh, very less, and speed is also very less. So all these units which are there in a computer, like CPU, memory unit, all the languages, input output units, they are having a circuitry. So they came into force, with second generation. So sometimes they ask, the CPU entered into this field in which generation of computers? The second generation of computers. Okay. Now programming languages here are assembly languages and machine languages. All right, and they make somewhat uh, programming comparatively simple tasks for programmers as compared to the first generation. So here it is tabular form, the programming languages, machine and assembly language, input output devices, magnetic tape punch card, same, and power in size. They are smaller in size and power consumption is low, but because they generate less heat in comparison to first generation computers, which uses vacuum tubes. Third generation, it's 60s to 70s, right? And during this generation, again, there is a shift from huge transistors to integrated circuits. Now, uh, the size of the transistor again reduced to a much smaller size, you can say. And so many transistors can be there in a single chip. So that is called the integrated circuit. Integration of all the switching devices, so many devices, so many transistors and diodes in a single chip, in a small chip. So that we call silicon chip, made of semiconductors. So the most feature of this era's computer was the speed and reliability. So just you should remember, IC was made from silicon chips, okay, and semiconductors. This is revolutionized this field of computers by inventing this transistors and diodes. A single IC has many transistors built on a thin slice of silicon. So many computers find their shape during this era. You remember this. Now, what are the languages? High level languages we use from third generation of computers. Memory is magnetic tapes, magnetic core, and magnetic disk. Okay, the CD and all. And input output devices are magnetic tape, monitors. Now come into existence, monitors, keyboards, and printers and all. In India, it came later, but it is about the world. You can say, if we go, study this computers and science and all. So it is relative to the whole world where it is there. But in India, it came into like in 80s, very very late. Fourth generation computers, the microprocessors much enhanced, version 1970 to present. So 1971, the first micro processor were used, and the large scale of integration LSI, large scale integration circuits built on a single chip. Matlab, there are number of switching devices are more as compared to third generation, and that's why the speed and memory of the computer, the data handling capacity, storage capacity will get increased. So the most advantage of this technology is that one processor can contain all the circuits required to perform arithmetic, logic, and control functions on one chip that we call CPU. Then the computers using microchips, they are also called microcomputers. So this generation provide even smaller size of computers with large capacities. So they are multi-processing, multi-programming, time sharing, their operating speed is high, virtual memory, it made it more friendly, user-friendly and customary device. So this is all about the fourth generation. So main electronic component is which we call VLSI is very large scale integration, means very very many components on a single chip. So you can say thousands of or more than tens of thousands of transistors on a single chip. So, and memory is a semiconductor memory here, not magnetic tape, which was there in earlier generation, RAM and ROM. All right. So all these circuitry or the processor, all are semiconductor based. Input output devices, pointing devices, optical scanning is there, a keyboard, monitor, printer. So all input output devices is there. And fifth generation, this technology behind the fifth generation is now you can call the era of AI. All right, it allows the computers to behave like human, or a machine is having a human characteristics. So it is often seen in programs like voice recognition, area of medicine and entertainment. In every field, this AI is having impact. So within the field of games, also playing games, it has shown remarkable performance. So it, like, nowadays there is a comparison and a competition between the human and a machine, and sometimes it beats the human competitors. So the speed is high, of course, because it's a machine. It's a you know very in an effective manner, very efficient manner it is made, because it's a replica of a human capability in one sense, you can say. So size is that small, and area of use is remarkably increased within this fifth generation computers. So not 100% AI achieved, uh, but it involves in every field nowadays. Now, fifth generation, it includes artificial intelligence and ULSI. ULSI is ultra large scale integration and parallel processing. So many programs, many things can do go parallelly within the computer, and they function. You can do parallelly so many things at the same time. So that's why it is called the parallel processing method, which use two or more microprocessor to run tasks simultaneously. And language is, natural language. You can just say something, and computer works accordingly, or you can say like Siri in Apple and Google and Android system. You just say something and you'll get the result. So It's a very, people friendly or customer friendly thing. You don't need to, uh, you are a computer expert to operate a computer. It is not nowadays a requirement. Anyone can use. So size is portable. It is in a very small size. You can have within your palms. So input output devices nowadays we have seen trackpad or touchpad, touch screen, a pen or a stylus you have, or a speech input, it recognize your speech or your voice. A light scanner you use, and output devices are printers, keyboard is also there, monitor and mouse in case of desktop. So likewise, and this is a chart which it covers all the generation, what are the hardware components, what are the main characteristics, which languages they are using. This is, the machine language or high level language, Pascal, Basic, C, C++, DBase, nowadays Java, .NET, and the computers, main computers. Like sometime, once I remember the question was Honeywell, which generation computer it is. So it's a second generation computer, Honeywell. Sometimes they ask Atlas. So, and Param, these are sometimes they ask. So that's all about today. I think enough. Anything you want to know which you did